Still the same. Nothing has changed, you said, and took a deep breath as your eyes wandered inside the airport. You just arrived from France. You left the country 2 years ago to pursue your dream to become a successful ballerina, and you achieved that. But something happened to make you decide to give up on your dream, even though it hurts for you. I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything will be okay for me. You close your eyes and think that perhaps God has another plan for you. Then you open your eyes again and held your luggage and start walking, going to the exit. When you get out of the airport, you automatically saw your mom running towards you as she hugged you tightly. I miss you, honey. My poor baby, she said while tapping your back. I miss you, mom, you said and kissed her cheek. Let's go to the car. We'll talk there. Is this really your decision to stay here? Hmm, I'm back for good. What's your plan now? We'll do what Dad wants. Take over his company. I want to be busy and focus on other things. I'm sure your dad will be happy with your decision. I just answered your mom with as you look outside the window as if thinking something deeply. After talking to your dad and having a nice conversation with him, you immediately went to your room. I'm back. You went to a drawer and took out the bags. After that, you sat on the bed and at the same time opened the bags and looked your picture and medals you won in ballet until you saw your picture together with Jungkook. While looking at your pictures, you didn't realize that your tears were falling. You are so frustrated with what happened in your life. You traded your happiness and turned your back on the man you love for your dream, but you just failed. You lay on your bed and just cry silently because the truth is, something happened to you that made you decided to give up your ballet career. You can't accept it, but there's nothing you can do now. Jungkook was busy planning a new product to be released by his company when his phone rang, which he answered right away after seeing that it was his dad. Yes, Dad, he said. Let's meet later around 5 for business meeting for our new business partner at XSX restaurant, okay? Alright, Dad. I'll be there before 5. Time skip. Your dad asked you to come with him so you can have an idea to make a deal or talk about business matters since he's going to have a meeting now with his new business partner, which you agree because you also want to learn because you will be the next chairman at your father's company. You and your dad came first and immediately went to the VIP room reserved by your dad's business partner. However, you have no idea who they are. You are sitting next to your dad when the door suddenly opens. I'm sorry I'm late. You look at the door after hearing a familiar voice. It was Jungkook's dad's voice as you stood up and greeted him. Hello, Uncle. He was shocked when he saw you. Oh, Ryan, when did you come back? 4 days ago, Uncle. Next week, I'll announce that she will replace me. So you're staying here for good? Yes, Uncle. He came in and sat across to your dad until the door opened again. Sorry I'm late. Your heart was beating so fast after hearing the voice of the man you left just to achieve your dream. You just look at him without blinking. When Jungkook saw you, he was stunned and couldn't believe that he saw the girl who rejected to marry him and left him 2 years ago. He looks at you with annoying face, so you just look down to avoid his gaze as he walks closer and sat across from you. During the meeting, you're just looking down and didn't look at him. You know Jungkook is mad at you because of what you did. You and Jungkook met at a family gathering, and since both of your parents are friends and in the business industry, you met often. You became friends until your relationship became deeper and turned into a romantic one. You dated for 5 years, and you can tell that your relationship is almost perfect. Later on, Jungkook became the CEO. Your dad wants you to take over his position, but you didn't agree since you wanted something else. Later on, Jungkook proposed to you. At that time, he was ready to settle down and have a family with you. However, you weren't ready yet. Since childhood, you want to become a famous ballerina, and you really want to achieve that. So, what you did is you rejected Jungkook's proposal. He understands you. Perhaps you are not ready to settle down. He said, if you want to become a ballerina, he will support you. But when you decided to go to France to pursue your dreams, he did not agree. He begged you not to leave. But for you, you have a better chance of achieving your dream if you go to France after receiving an offer for 5 years contract. At that point, Jungkook got angry. He feels he is not important to you. He is not ready to be separated from you, and he is not aware of the long distance relationship. But still, you really want to go. And because you two start fighting with your decision, you broke up with him and leave the country. After the meeting, your dad and his left first because there were other places to go. But before they left, your dad told him to take you home since you didn't have a car. The surroundings are so quiet, no one's to talk, and still you just look down until you decided to break the silence. You don't need to take me home. I'll just take a taxi, you said and about to stand. Why did you come back? I thought you wanted to be a famous ballerina. What? You are the next chairman? You're staying here for good? I thought you didn't want to be your dad's successor. I beg you not to leave since you can achieve your dream here without going abroad, but still you want to go. But in the end, you will become a chairman? Why? Because you failed? So you changed your mind? Stop it, Jungkook. You don't know what happened. Then what happened? After rejecting my proposal, you changed your mind because you realized that becoming a ballerina is not really your dream. Am I correct? Or am I really just not important to you? So it's easy for you to throw away the 5 years we spent together. I'm sorry if I did that, but stop bringing the past. You said and stood up and go out of the door. You hurriedly walk out of the restaurant until someone grabbed your wrist and dragged you. What are you doing? Your dad told me to drop you off. I said I'll just take a cab. You snatch your wrist and continue to walk until you get outside the restaurant, as you immediately called a taxi and about to get inside. But before you could do that, Jungkook lifted you up from the ground as he put you on his shoulder and made you sit in front of his car. Are you insane? Didn't you hear me say I just take a cab? Don't get me wrong. I'm not doing this because I still have a feelings for you. I just don't want Uncle to disappoint on me. And since you do not want to have an argue with him anymore, you just let him drive you home. The whole time you didn't speak. Your head was just leaning against the window while looking outside. Without you knowing, from time to time, Jungkook looking your reflection in the window until he noticed something. Your eye seems full of sadness. He throws himself on his bed. He closes his eyes while thinking about you. Is there something happened to her that I don't know? Why it looks like she's not the old YN anymore? He asked himself until his eyes landed on the picture of the two of you placed on the top of his drawer. What are you looking at? Stop looking at me. I hate you. Then he heard a knock of his room. Jungkook, are you there? Come in, Dad, replied him after recognizing his dad's voice. The door opened. His dad came in and sat on the chair while Jungkook get up and sat on the bed. Do you have something to say, Dad? Your uncle and I decided to merge the company to make both companies stronger because each of us has an alliance. And to make it even more stronger, we decided to get you and YN married. Huh? No, I don't want to marry her. Why? Dad, remember, she rejected my proposal before and left me. Jungkook, we are out of your personal feelings. We arranged you two to establish the company. So whether you like it or not, you two will get married. Who knows that this will lead to reconciliation between the two of you?
The next day.
You were studying the financial documents until the former secretary of your dad came in. You're currently secretary as well. Mom, we have a visitor. Who? Mr. Jungkook. You tilted your head confused. Why he's here? Okay, tell him to come in. Later on, he came and immediately came to you. YN, don't tell me you agree to what our parents want. You rejected my proposal before and now you agree? What are you talking about? Our parents want us to get married, but I don't want to marry you. You sigh and look at him. If you really don't want to marry me, then tell your parents. Don't be mad at me. Obviously, they're just using us for the company benefits. Don't worry, I'll tell my dad to marry me to someone else. Happy? What? You will agree to marry someone else just for the company benefits? What's your problem? You said you don't want to agree. What's my problem? My problem is you. Because until now, I don't understand why you left me and why you suddenly came back as if nothing happened. My problem is you because I don't understand why you hurt me. My problem is you because no matter what I try to do to forget you is still I can't get out of my head either. My problem is you because until now I still love you, but I'm worthless to you. So please, don't get angry with our parents because I don't want to hurt again and look like a fool hoping that you still love me, that you will come back to me, he said, and get out of the door. The moment he left, you fall on the floor and start to cry. Because the truth is you still love him. But what are you going to do now? You have already caused a deep wound in Jungkook's heart. Jungkook hurriedly walked to get to his car because he can't hold his tears anymore. But he bumped into someone. Jungkook? He looks up and recognizes your friend from college. Oh, Diane, what are you doing here? I would like to say hello to YN. I heard she works here. Is her surgery is completely healed? What surgery? You don't know? After we broke up, we never talk again. We also unfollow each other in social media. YN became a successful ballerina in France. She really became famous there. However, while she became famous, there was someone who was jealous of her. She abducted her and broke YN's ankle. And because of that, she can't dance ballet anymore. The person who made her was already in jail, but still, she already stole YN's dream. Jungkook jaw dropped and became speechless at what he heard, while his tears slowly dripping that he didn't realize. While he is angry with you, he doesn't know what you went through. Continuously crying while your head is bound as you heard footsteps coming. Jane, I want to be alone. Can you just leave me? You said thinking it was your secretary until you felt someone hug you. Why you didn't tell me what happened to you? You should tell me. Do you know how much I waited you every day to your call and text? At that time, you couldn't stop yourself as you just burst into tears and hug him back. I don't have the courage to call you because I know I hurt you. But believe me, how many times I really want to call you every time I miss you. But I'm afraid that you might not talk to me. Actually, I'm not really mad at you. I just can't accept that to myself that I'm wrong. I should have supported you because I know that was your dream. In my fear of losing you, I stopped you to leave. I let my emotions beat me. The day you left, I should have followed you. If I had been there, maybe nothing bad would happen to you. How did you know? I accidentally found out. I'm sorry, YN, if I wasn't there at the time you needed me. It's not your fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have broke up with you. I'm sorry. I really regret that. I should have understood that it's normal for you to be angry because you don't want me to be away from you. How are you now? Does your ankle still hurting? It's completely healed. But Koo, I can't dance ever again. She broke the hug and held your face. And that's okay. You can still paint, sing, or do something else. I promise, this time I will support you no matter what you do. I miss you. I really miss you. I should be the first to tell you that. I miss you. I miss you like crazy. So stop telling me that you would agree to marry someone else. I'm dying of jealousy earlier. I said that because I thought you don't want to marry me. I just said that to make you notice me. Of course I will marry you. You and Jungkook get inside their house while holding hands. Auntie, uncle, I'm going to marry your daughter in next month. Then that's good. But not because of the company benefits, but because we still love each other. What company benefits are you talking about? Dad told me you arranged us to get married for the company merging. No, we are not stupid to use our children for the company. Then finally Jungkook realized that his dad tricked him. This is the only way his dad thought, so you two would talk, since he knows that you two are still in love in each other. Aside from that, his dad is also getting tired of cleaning every time Jungkook thrown up when he got drunk. He also getting tired of hearing his sons crying at night while calling her name. Even Diane, he was also the one who asked her to tell Jungkook the truth after he found out what really happened to you from your dad. That was his backup plan. If you haven't reconciled yet, he knows when Jungkook finds out the truth, his heart will be melted. He was certainly sure Jungkook ran with full of speed just to hug you. The end. Thank you for watching Kubi's. Good night. Don't worry, Jungkook and you already kissed before you two get along.